In my ever quest to find the perfect MMORPG game for Linux, I run across a few of them that are just okay and kind of interesting. Most MMORPGs out there don't even have Linux support. I ran into Project Gorgon the other day. I think I saw it on Reddit. I'm not sure. I read so many news groups and stuff and forums that sometimes I don't remember where I read about things. But Project Gorgon was one that I did read about, and I checked it out, and I actually found it to be quite interesting. This game reminds me of the old days of EverQuest. The graphics are very similar to EverQuest 2, very old school. This is not a game you'd want to play if graphics are extremely important to you. But to me, it adds an retro vibe to the game and just makes it a little more fun for me. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. Character creation is pretty straightforward. You have 2 genders, 3 races, and you don't pick a class because you kind of define your role as you play the game based on skills that you learn. You have the humans, which are middle of the road, good merchants. Elves, don't trust them. Typical humans. You have elves, which, according to the wiki, elves are forced, loving, sex-addicted, and obsessively clean. I think they look like the night elves, or not night elves, but the drow elves from D&D. Then you have the Rakshasa, which are the cat-type people, and according to the wiki, are fierce, amoral warriors. I haven't played any of the classes except for the elves and the human. Once you've created your character, as soon as you hit create, you're in the game. It logs you in to the first scenario where you are just standing there and then attacked by 4 witches or hags, and they kill you. And the next thing you know, you wake up on an island. The nice thing about the island is it's kind of a sandboxed area for you to learn how to play the game. There's one major quest line that you need to follow. Once you follow the quest line, then you're able to get off the island. And it's a good trainer for the game, and it's fun, and it really helps to get to know your character and the mechanics of the game. This game really does remind me a lot of EverQuest or EverQuest 2. I never did play EverQuest 2 very much. I loaded it a couple times at a friend's house and never really got into it. But I played EverQuest for years, the original. And the mechanics of it and the graphics especially remind me of those older games. From what I've read, this game is developed by a husband and wife programming team who actually worked on EverQuest 2 amongst other games. So that kind of explains why the graphics are very similar. It seems like everything in the game is you can interact with to some point. There's some stuff that you can't, but there's things that I've seen in the game and it's like, oh, you can click on that and do something with it. Oh, that's pretty cool. Combat is pretty straightforward. It's just hack and slash. You got your hot buttons and you have your skills up on the left and attacks and defenses on the bottom. And it's just like any other MMORPG. As I mentioned earlier, your class isn't really defined when you create your character. You kind of have to learn skills as you go, and you define your character and what he is based on those skills you learn. I mean, everything from if you want to learn to play an instrument, you have to find someone to teach you, either another player or an NPC that'll teach you. Or if you want to learn to fight with a bow, you need to find someone who can teach you how to use a bow or how to fletch so that you can make your arrows. Here's some basic combat. I'll attack the skeleton here. So right now I only have a melee attack and a sword attack. And I just leveled up my melee attacks. So the game, it looks like it's easy to solo in. If you're going to go into an area that is meant to be a raid or a multiplayer, it'll warn you on the screen and you can back off. But it seems like there's a lot of solo content, a lot of quests, and the world seems fairly big from what I've seen. Now, like I mentioned before, if you're looking for a game with excellent graphics, this isn't it. The graphics are dated. Oh look, you can even skill up in dying. I just gained 50 experience points for dying. Overall, I like the game. The graphics aren't an issue for me. The gameplay is a lot of fun. It's laggy, but it's early access game, and I'm hoping they fix the lag issues over time. It seems to me it's server related lags because you get rubber banding, and in my experience that's always been what lag is. Rubber banding lag is usually server related or bandwidth. Anyways, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks a lot.